I started in barbering. I started off as a hairdresser when I was 18, 17 really, and I left college. I left college to be a hairdresser. I don't know why. I don't know what made me do it when I was 17. But I found a job as an apprentice in Harrow at James & Co. And I started there, and I started my apprenticeship, and then it's been ever since really. So what am I now 18 years beyond the trip. Inspiration to do it. Be completely honest.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave college. So my dad said I could only leave college if I got a job. So I went out trying to find a job, and that was the sign from the apprenticeship. Apprentice wanted at James & Co, and I just went for the job.
Okay.
And I got it. But then I started, it was my first model night actually, and I was sort of got involved and started mucking about with hair, and I just really enjoyed it. So, and I've just stuck with it ever since. More traditional cuts. I like the sort of thing, you've got to be able to do everything from fades to, French crops, to do all the bits and pieces in between. But I prefer the traditional sort of the pomps and sort of that kind of thing. It's all stemmed from working closely with Uppercut. I worked with sort of started selling their products and really liked what the brand was doing, and they really liked what I was doing. So they sort of worked together, and then part of the ambassador program was to go along to the London School of Barbering as a judge, and they sort of brought me on board, and that was a great day. London School of Barbering was brilliant, and there was so much going on, and what they're training these students to do in 9 weeks is pretty phenomenal.
Okay, great.
And then the other pop-ups and stuff, it was seeing some of the other stuff on, say, Instagram, and seeing some of what the other barbers were doing pop-up wise, and some of the things that were really interesting, and I just thought I just wanted to sort of get involved, so I started making a few phone calls and organised a pop-up. And I was lucky enough to get Crepe City, which was my first pop-up.
Okay.
And that was basically from a customer of mine. He was selling trainers down at Crepe City. He was at the first few of them, and we were talking about doing pop-ups, sort of. And he just sort of said, "Why don't you go to Crepe City?" And I was like, "Sounds like a great idea." So we got an email address, and we just went from there. And then it's just gone straight to the stream. It's in the customer's face. There's few, some customers, I've been cutting their hair for years and years and years. But I'll take you back a couple of months. There was a kid that came in here, little blonde kid, really cute, and he wanted to, he had like quite long hair, and his mum said, I don't know, he really wants a style. He's just started school or whatever, and he doesn't really know what he wants. So I gave him a really, real traditional sort of pomped up hair, sort of blow dried it back and stuff. Because he had really straight hair, he'd never really done anything like that. And I sort of put curling and stuff. Spent really a long time with it. And because he was quite short, he couldn't see himself in the mirror properly, just kind of see the top of his hair. And then when I pumped him up and I showed him the back of his hair, his little face, just like this, I don't know, just literally made his year. It was brilliant.
So your transformation, man.
That moment of that, just seeing his little face, he literally took his breath away, which was brilliant. So it's moments like that, that's what I like. I've seen all the, once again on Instagram and social media, you see what the American guys are using, some of the kits they've got are massive, and it's just, I've been really envious really, because we just get like, wow, super tail, all that, which is great, don't get me wrong, but it's great to just sort of, because all the converters that I've ever tried to use, these massive transformer things, and they rattle around and they're noisy, and they just don't really work over here. And then suddenly you come along with this quiet, perfect little thing, and you plug it in, and it just opens up a world so we can use all the US clippers. It's brilliant. No, I tried the Tliners, the Anders Tliners. I bought a set of Anders Tliners, and I bought them thinking they were UK. They've been converted to UK, so I got them. Obviously they're not. So I went on the hunt for a transfer converter. And I tried loads of different converters, and they just didn't work. Okay. Some were okay, but they were so big and bulky and so noisy, rattle around in your hand.
Okay.
So yeah, they just didn't work. Oh, it's helped massively. The converter is it's brilliant. The fact that there's a 4-way splitter as well you can put into it, so you can have 4 sets of clippers on it. It's silent, it works, and the clippers themselves are quite silent. And yeah, everything just works really, really well. And having the American sort of clippers as well, it just increases. Like some of them are better for fade, and it just sort of tightens up the work. I've noticed. I don't know. A lot of the clippers I've bought from say Wow stuff, you get them. They're great, sort of straight out of the box, but you'd have to zero gap them. You'd have to sort of do a bit of work, take the guys off and try and almost arrange it to how you want them to work. But I found with the American clippers, as soon as they get out of the box, they're tight and just ready to go. They just work. Direct message for all barbers out there is that you've got to get some American clippers in your game. You have to. And the converter is an absolute must.